What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. It's going to focus in on our playoff preview. First playoff series we're going to break down. Finally, that time of year, we got the Minnesota Wild taking on the St. Louis Blues out west in what is sure to be an amazing series. I think I realistically can see either one of these teams winning the cup, and I think this is kind of St. Louis's folly is that they tend to draw the best teams early. You saw last year with the Blackhawks in the first round. Year before that, Kings in the second. Two back-to-back years, Kings in the first, second round. So, again, you run into a team that has one of the hottest goalies on the planet right now, in Devan Dubnyk, and that peaked at the right time. I mean, this Minnesota team was dead in January, and then I was saying Devan Dubnyk was an awful acquisition. I was wrong. I had to eat crow. I know, and that they should find Mike Yeo, but they kind of reinvented themselves and, really played some fantastic hockey, to this point. And it's tough picking against the St. Louis team. But you look at what Minnesota has. Obviously, the goaltending is edge to Minnesota. St. Louis, are they going with Elliott or are they going with Allen? That's been a bit of a question mark. How tight's the leash going to be on whoever they choose to start? If a soft goal or two goes in game one, how quickly does Hitchcock pull him? That's a question right there. I think the Blues have the one thing this year they've lacked in previous years, and it's a true sniper. I mean, Vladimir Tarasenko's definitely evolved into that. But the defensive goaltending so good. Can Minnesota stifle that attack? That's a legitimate question. I like St. Louis's blue line, especially with Shattenkirk back healthy. Give them a little bit of an edge there. I think Minnesota, if anything, overplayed Suter, which has been a bit of an issue since he got there. Playing him 30 minutes a night isn't exactly, conducive to having him fresh when it matters most. But that's the nature of the beast. What are you going to do? You got to ride him while you can to get to the playoffs. So, maybe he can dig deep and find that second level. But again, as much as on paper it favors the Blues, I'm going with Minnesota because of Dubnyk, and I think friend of the power play, Charlie Coyle, of the big series. Man, I look for him to be on the forecheck, slamming the hell out of those defensemen, I think he's gonna come up big. He had kind of a year to forget, and I think he'll redeem himself in the playoffs. I just think you look at this Minnesota team, they got grit in the top six with him and with Chris Stewart, who I'm sure will be excited to go up against his former team, bring some physicality and lower the boom, and guys like Zach Parise that have proven themselves in big games before. Definitely gonna. I think it's gonna go 7, and I think Minnesota pulls it out. With Devan Dubnyk coming up ace this time and time again for this team, because it's not exactly who is a bigger name goalie, but whose goalie's hot at the right time, and you can't bet against Dubnyk at this point. And there have been more improbable goalies of other teams to Stanley Cups over the years, and I think Dubnyk has that capability this year. He's just playing that well, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's like episode of the Power Play with CJ on the St. Louis Blues Minnesota Wild series preview. Stay tuned for episodes for the season and beyond. Later, guys.